first and foremost, my point number one for me is just that fact that this is an army. This isn't like 5 dudes against K-pop demon hunters. This is an army of darkness. Now, I looked up the size of the army. I couldn't get a great estimate on it. People were saying from like 1,000 to 5,000. Like that seems a bit high. That's not a bit high. So I would say this army is probably like in the range of like maybe like between 500 and close to 1,000. I don't think it's in the 1,000 range. But nevertheless, I digress. In this army, there's different variety types of deadites. For those who watch Army of Darkness, deadites are like these kind of like zombie type creatures that are very intelligent, that can fight, and they're very strong and stuff like that. And these demon types are essentially, they have the skeleton type, which is kind of the first line of defense. They're easy to break, but they can swarm you in numbers and overpower you and kind of kill you that way. That's the basic ones. They kind of, I think of them like if you watch the Clone Wars movie, which one? The first one was those little droids that shoot the guns. They're kind of like that. Like you can probably take out a few of them and stuff like that. Then you have the armored skeleton ones, deadite ones that are a little bit more tougher to take down. They have swords and flaming arrows and things like that. And you have also variants of those which are like come on horseback and they have like the long wooden shields and weapons like spears and long bows and swords and things. Then you also have more durable ones, which are still like they still have flesh in them, and it's still quite a few of those in the battle, and they're durable. They can take punches. They have similar feats of what a regular deadite have, which is kind of like almost peak superhuman strength. They're not necessarily like they're stronger than the average human. Like they can throw a human and things like that, and they're very durable. They're better fighters, and they can kind of take over the field and things like that. Then you also have with them a flying deadite, which was shown in the movie that took away one of the characters, and something happened on that we'll talk about later. So, and one of the things about the flying one is the K-pop demon hunters cannot fly. So if the flying one comes in, is strong enough to take one of the K-pop demon hunters off the battlefield, which probably based off of how they act, they work within synergy with each other, which probably will make the other ones go after to protect that one. Or if you want to say, okay, they might try to fight, the K-pop demon hunters try to fight it back, it also can take his weapons. Take one of their weapons away from him, which also
30 seconds remaining.
A lot less defensive. Speaking of weapons, the demon hunters' weapons work against the monsters from their universes. Their universes' monsters are not the same as the monsters from the Army of Darkness series, because the deadites are from the Necronomicon, and so therefore those weapons won't have the same effect as the ones they have on the K-pop demon hunters. So I think the K-pop demon hunters will have a difficult time of taking down these deadites and things like that, because they are very durable, and also when you knock one down, they get back up and can rebuild themselves. And that's my point number one so far.